Yeah, so how did you get into motivational speaking, etc.?
I think I started getting into it like early last year, you know?
Okay.
Like early last year. How did it start? Obviously, when I first decided to come up with Inspire Youth, my organisation that I set up, after that I just started making videos. So like when I get time, I would make videos to start motivating people. So it's like obviously when I started making it, at first I would feel like, you know what, maybe the message I'm trying to get across is not clear enough. Do you know where I'm coming from? People are not able to learn or understand the message. Yeah. But eventually I started getting good feedback. People started liking the videos that I was making, and then from there I started getting into it even more.
Okay. And what was it that made you make the first video? I mean, not everyone just wakes up and inspire people.
My first video that I made was an introduction to Inspire Youth. That was the first video, yeah?
Okay.
And then after that, I don't know, I think I just woke up, I was like, you know what, listen, let me make a video on it. Thought of a quick topic. I think the topic was about support, when people don't like to support you. And from there, I just started coming up with different topics to talk about, and that's how it all started.
Okay. So obviously this whole series is called What's Wrong with the Mandem. It's a very open question, and that's on purpose because there's so many ways you can go with it.
Yeah.
But the question itself is very deliberate because it's addressing a certain group of people. And it's implying that we have a part to play in whatever is wrong.
Definitely, I agree.
So what would you say about that?
Would I say what's wrong with the
Mandem? Yeah, and just in general. It's very broad, so take it whichever way
what's
you want to take
it. What's wrong with the Mandem? I feel like some Mandem, well, some people feel like they need to, how can I say it? They need to live up to an image you can come from. So, so like a fake lifestyle you can come from, trying to show others that they're better than other people when they're not. You can come from. A lot of people you come across nowadays, it's like if you don't have designer, you're broke. If you don't drive, you're broke. So things like that. So that's the type of image that people have restored, that I've put across to people you can come from. That's what I feel like is wrong with the Mandem you can come from. Another thing is like I feel like some people you come across as well are also easily influenced by their surroundings.
Okay.
You can come from. So there's quite more.
The first thing, the image gang is a real one. Because I remember growing up, if you didn't have certain trainers, you know what I'm trying to say, man are calling you broke.
Things like that,
you know what used to confuse me, even till now, is like, bro, if we're going to the same school in the same area, sometimes then people are even on like free school meals, like, and we're basically comparing ourselves. Bro, everyone else is looking at us in the same position, do you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. But, you know, I don't know why they feel like they're better than anyone else you can come from. And it's, I don't know, man. I just feel like some people look down on you if you don't have designer kicks you can come from, like if you don't have a lot of things in your life. And it's sad that obviously that's how society is now, but you can come from, I don't know, for certain people.
I think it's insecurity, man.
Insecurity.
I think it's insecurity. I think insecurity plays a big part in not just image gang, as people would say, trying to show off a certain thing, but also in terms of like when it comes to violence as well. Like a lot of people are insecure, so you want to look a certain way and you want to act a certain way because you want other people around you to think you're something you're not.
It's true. I totally agree with you on that one, you know. I agree with you on that one. Not gonna lie to you, insecurity, I think that plays a big part. That definitely plays a big part. But I don't know what else to say. Hopefully people change their mentality eventually. You can come from, hopefully. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done, you can come from, and it's only gonna come from us. I don't feel like we're gonna get this type of help from the government. You can come from. So eventually they should be able to change their mentality when time goes. Just gonna have to learn the hard way.
Where would you say you personally have seen like things with yourself that you're like, well, like why did I do that back in those days, or like, do you know what I mean? Where you've gone off a bit and now you're realizing as you're getting older, why was I doing those kind of things? Like,
so I thought is surroundings. I feel like some of the people that I surrounded myself with as well also played a part. You can come from. I had some friends where I would look at them and be like, raw, like, why can't I be like this guy? You can come from. Why can't I get girls like him, or why can't I play football like him? You can come from, or why can't I rap? So it's like when I saw that, I would try to be someone that I'm not in a type of way. When I look back at it now, it's like, raw, like, why can I not be different? Why can I not be unique compared to others? So now when I look at it, like, obviously compared to me, when I compare me and my other friends, I don't compare it like that, but obviously when I look at my other friends, they obviously they do different type of things in it. They work, etc. And obviously I am the only one that's a motivational speaker. It makes me different when I'm with them. Do you get come from? I wouldn't want to do the same thing as someone else. I want to be different. Everyone's different in life. Do you get come from? So when I look at it now, it's like I was just like, I was stupid.
Boy, but no, I agree with you because like, especially in groups, like especially when you're young, because I've been working in schools recently and I've just been noticing the way young people, young boys, like the way we move in groups from a young age. It's very like, there's a certain type of role or position that everyone's trying to fill in.
No, it's true. Sense. Yeah.
And it's, you know, what you're saying is true. Like everyone has their own unique thing, but if you're so busy worrying about this, whatever that is, image that you're trying to present, you don't even give yourself the time to become what you're meant to be.
No, it's true.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's people who was with you at that time, who were looking at you, trying to be like you, but you didn't even realize it.
No, sure. I wouldn't realize. I wouldn't realize because I was too busy trying to be like them. You get coming from. So it's like now when I look at it, I'm glad that I'm different compared to others. You get coming from because everyone's got their own unique talent. Get me? Everyone's different. And that's what that matters, man. You can't be the same as someone else. You know, let me ask you a question as well. Yeah. What do you think needs to be done to prevent knife crime from increasing?
What do I think needs to be done to prevent knife crime?
When you look at it now, when you look at the society we live in now, what do you think? What do you think needs to be done to prevent these young people from going down the wrong path?
I think a few things, but I'll try and make it like, sure. So, I think the first thing is in terms of individuals, like we need to teach people to be individuals. There's a lot of group think that happens right now. So that's what we're just talking about. Someone's like, everyone wants to be a certain type of way together. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you see it because everything's connected. You see it in music a lot. Like, if one thing is going on, everybody's trying to be
that person,
that thing.
Yeah.
That whatever genre it is, whatever vibe they're on, everyone tries to. So I think the first thing is we need to kind of encourage people to be individuals. I think we need to also shift a lot of responsibility to the actual people doing a knife crime. There's a lot of talk about the government. This is stuff that obviously I understand where people will say it. There's a government, the parents, but at the end of the day, the person who's using that knife needs to be told that they're also accountable.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it coming from.
Like, there's a lot of talking about everything else. Let's talk about you, bro. Why are you insecure to the point where you need to carry a knife? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people come from these places and they don't make that decision. That's something else. You know what I mean? There's a lot of knife crimes on the rise, this and that. But at the end of the day, for every one person who's carrying a knife, there's bare people who aren't. There's bare people who aren't even using it. You know what I mean? So I see that as those are the weak ones. Do you get what I mean? Like weak mentally, in terms of the fact that you're in a situation where you need to be using a knife. Sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, there's mad things that can happen where you feel like I need to use a knife, especially if you've been robbed with a knife. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
But other people, bro, you don't need to carry a knife. You don't need it.
Nah, sure, you got a valid point there.
Do you get what I mean? So teaching people to be individuals, to think for themselves. Do you know what I mean? Also taking people out of their environment. So I feel like like trips where you take people away from ends, so they understand, bro, we're here like because you're born here, not because like it's something to die for. Yeah. Do you get what I mean? So exposing people to things outside, partly it's our responsibility as older ones to do that. Yeah. So I really feel like as people who've gone through education, we should come back and find ways, maybe start programs where we can, as people who can relate to these kids, go into schools and take them on trips to places.
I like that.
Do you get what I mean?
It's nice, really good.
Because it's not this strange person who I don't really relate to taking me somewhere. It's someone who's come from where I've come from. Do you get what I mean? Yeah. Showing me something else other than what I know already.
Nah, so I get it coming from. I think that's a really good idea.
Do you get what I mean? Like, because bro, otherwise it's just going to be an endless cycle. You know what I mean?
So that's what I'm thinking. Because when I look at it now, it's like, I know there's hope, but it's going to take time, you get coming from, for us to help these young people. It's going to take time, but I know eventually, as time goes by, they're going to eventually start being able to like change their mentality, you get coming from, eventually. And
it's culture as well. That's another thing I forgot to mention, culture.
Yeah.
Right now, it's cool to carry a knife. Let's not lie. As much as knife crime is whatever, it's cool.
Pretty much, yeah. To those that you look at now, these young people you see, when they step out their house with a knife, they think they're cool. They think they think like, yeah, I'm bad. No one's gonna touch me. That's how they look at it, like. But no,
exactly.
It's insecurity as
well. It needs to get to the point where if your boy is carrying a knife, you're meant to look at him like, bro, like,
what are you doing?
Like, you know what I'm trying to say? It's not cool. It has to get to that point. So that's where again, culture is something that's it takes time to change and to nurture, but it's something that's possible.
That's
Music, I feel like artists have a responsibility to
play in it as well.
A big responsibility. I know there's this Joel thing like, don't blame Joel artists, but at the end of the day, everybody has a responsibility. So what we're saying in music has a big part to play. I'm saying one thing that confused me with music growing up was when someone got stabbed, because I grew up, Damilola Taylor, I don't know if you remember Damilola Taylor.
I heard it, I heard of it.
His case was very serious. I grew up in Peckham. His case was very, very serious when it happened.
Yeah.
Like, his school was literally across the road from my house. So I understood what a stabbing was from a young age because I was very close to him in age at the time.
Yeah.
But it confused me when everyone would talk about how bad it was and all that. But in music, it was still
going on.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was still promoted. And I get people talking about the environment, but we need to come to a point where we're like, okay, some things have to be off limits. Do you get what I mean? Like, some things you shouldn't be able to just say because
you want to.
Obviously,
I understand you're expressing yourself, and that's not an issue. But sometimes you have to think about the image you're trying to get across, because there's going to be younger kids that are going to listen to that music. They're going to think it's cool. They're going to start using the lyrics. Next thing you know, they're going to be carrying a knife because they heard the artist play it.
Do you get what I mean? So, or you know what? Even if at least you're just talking about the consequences more.
You know what? The thing is, let's be real. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't think these artists are gonna try and get a positive image. Positive message across. Do you come from? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I don't feel like they're trying to get a positive message when they do their music. Do you come from? I don't know, innit? Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. I feel like some of the messages they get across is a bit negative. Like, I can't obviously argue with the fact they're trying to express themselves in the music. I understand that, but sometimes some of the things you say does impact a young person. Do you come from? So that's what I think.
You know what you're saying is a good point, because at the end of the day, I'm thinking about, if I'm an artist, I'm trying to make what's popping in it. So if that's what's popular, I can see why you would do it.
Exactly.
But then I guess it comes down to, again, this is you being an individual. Are you confident in yourself as an artist? Do you feel like you can produce material that people are going to buy into without saying things that are negative?
That's
you know what I mean? So it ties back to the source of people being insecure in themselves. It ties back to people not being individuals. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of work to be done, but I feel like we can definitely do it.
No, definitely, man. It will take time, but it's not impossible.
It's not impossible. Just talk quickly about Inspire Youth, because you're mentioning that's something you're working on at the moment.
Yeah. That's what I'm working on right now. Obviously, right now it's under construction, but you know, once I feel like everything's good to go, that's when I want to start it and making sure, you know, I'm more active with it, because I feel like, as a young person myself, I want to be able to help other young people. I want to be able to inspire them. You can come from, and I feel like since I've started, I've been able to inspire a lot of people, because people come back to me and give me some positive feedback. Okay. So I know with myself, I'm making a change. You can come from, and I'm just gonna keep going.
What is the idea? Like, go a bit more in depth in like.
Obviously, like, I want to be able to like deliver like workshops, getting come from like activities, innit? But obviously, I don't like talking about my things too much, only because I could say I want to do this. Next thing you know, it might not go according to plan. You can come from.
Okay.
So it's one of them ones. That's why I just like, you know, I just let everything.
You rather do it once it's here, you be able to.
That's what. So literally, that's what I do.
On a different note now, going forward into the future, what do you want to see, like in our community, like what do you want to see happening? Because on a positive note now,
I want to be able to see like more facilities available for these young people to keep them occupied off the streets. You get coming from. I don't know if you hear on the news, there's been a massive cut on youth clubs. Do you come from? There's barely any youth clubs in local communities. Do you come from? And it's really sad. How are these young people supposed to be keeping occupied and off the streets? The government claims they ain't got no money. They do have money, but they don't want to use that money to invest in youth clubs. You can come from. For them, when they're seeing young people killing each other, that's making them happy. Do you come from? I know for a fact they don't feel no type of way. Do you come from? So in the future, I want to be able to see a lot more youth clubs, facilities available for these young people, a lot more positive role models. Yeah, males, a lot more male positive role models. With
youth clubs, yeah, because I don't know. Do youth clubs work? Like, did you go to youth club growing up?
I used to go to youth clubs, yeah. For me, it worked. Obviously, every child is different. Every person is different. You can come from. If you got a mentality where you're easily manipulated and you go to a youth club and you meet some bad people, then obviously that's you in it. But it depends. But for me, like, it used to keep me occupied. You can come from. I'd finish school, go to youth club. It was fun. Somewhere for me to socialize. It was somewhere for me to gain more confidence in talking to people. Before I wasn't really confident. I was really shy. So that helped me a lot. You can come from. So youth clubs definitely. we need more positive role models that these young people can look up to. Do you get come from? I feel like these young people sometimes look up to the wrong people. They gain role models from going to the streets. You come from, and that's where they meet their family. But truthfully, you're surrounding yourself by the wrong people, negative people. You can come from. More positive role models will help a lot, because you're forgetting some of these people come from broken homes. They don't have a father figure, so who are they going to turn to if they have an issue? Then that's when they go to the streets.
No, I agree with you. I feel like we need to look at making something. Because my thing with youth clubs is like, one youth club could be a very positive one, another one could be something where you're being introduced to things that you shouldn't be introduced to.
Definitely,
So
definitely.
I feel like, I don't know the answer, but I feel like we need to have something, I don't know, maybe some sort of program or scheme where it's kind of like got structure to it.
No, definitely, As long as it's got a structure, not obviously just any youth club where you can just go there and do activities. No, maybe a youth club where they also do workshops, so they can help young people apply for jobs. I don't know, help them with CVs. Something like that, like you said, a structure, not just the youth club where you go, you play football, you go back home and then you get in contact. Not that, you need something more as well.
Okay. Alright, so moving on from that topic, but still staying on it a bit, just looking a bit more at the girls, because I feel like girls have an influence on guys that we don't really speak on. Working in a school especially, for me, I definitely see how girls can influence the way guys behave amongst themselves and towards girls themselves. Like, so what do you think about that in terms of what influence girls has on Mandem these days? Like,
when you mean influence, is like
anything. At the end of the day, you said men are trying to die for designer. We know they're not trying to impress each other. I hope not. Anyway.
Okay, you know, I feel like sometimes when a guy likes a girl, I feel like they do the most to impress her. Sometimes you can come from. So that has a really influence. Like you can come across a good-looking girl, and you really want to go out with her.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like sometimes a guy will change their personality, change the way they dress, just to impress that female. Do you get coming from? And I've seen it as well. I've seen it as well. Like, I've seen guys change to impress one person. Like, be yourself. Do you get coming from? A girl's gonna like you for who you are. That's how I look at it from. That's how
people are shaking their heads from. You know what it is?
What is it?
You know what? Like, a mature girl would like you for who you are. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Especially young people growing up, puberty, all of that stuff. Some of these girls, they know the certain type of guy that they're going for isn't the most ideal candidate.
So in the sense of like where you feel like some of the girls in this generation, they go for the wrong guys, innit?
Yeah.
I feel like they go for like guys that has a reputation type of thing.
Exactly.
No, it's true.
That's what I'm saying. The culture needs to change. Right now, it's the bad boy, it's the guy who's doing the most that gets
with the credit,
some attention.
Yeah, and then the guy that's actually focused and goes work, does what he has to do, is the one that gets shut down. Like, nah.
Not really though.
Some.
From my experience, that wasn't me. You understand? I wasn't doing road, but I was alright. You know what I'm trying to say? I was alright in that area. But I get like the majority of
girls you come across now, like they like a guy that's kind of like bad. You can come from. If you got a reputation, you know what, cool. If you got money, cool. I'm not saying all girls, cause I don't want girls to be feeling some type of way or offended what I'm trying to say, but majority of these girls, I feel like they go for the wrong guys, and then after that, when they go for the wrong guys, they're quick to say men are trash.
Boy,
you can come from.
Let's speak on that now. Because I can do a seminar on this, boy. This men are, you know what? It starts from a young age. I think it starts from a young age where you're attracted to guys who have a certain aura about them, and then I feel like girls carry that. Because I can't remember, I was watching something, but the way you interpret relationships and love from a young age is what you carry with you.
So if you're older,
you carry it. So if your first encounter with like relationships etc. is negative,
you're gonna have that negative mindset.
You're gonna be attracted to that. So if it's like the guy has a certain thing about him, like a negative energy, you're gonna be like, if you don't snap out of it quick, you're gonna be looking for that. So when you if you start in secondary school, because it starts young.
Yeah, it does start young. It doesn't start older.
Secondary school, then you go into college. If you're dealing with the same type of guys, by the time you get to uni, you're gonna look for that guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're out here telling your girls men are trash, but these times you're coming like these recycling companies. You're looking for these guys. You know what I'm trying to say?
No, it's true.
They're looking for men that are trash. Let's be real.
No, it's true. And then when they come across that guy that's trash, then they're gonna keep screaming men are trash, but you still go back to that guy. So it's like you need to sit down and think about your life. Like, do you want to be with someone that's gonna treat you right or that's gonna treat you wrong? Do you get coming from?
Bro, it makes sense, but it's not girls don't.
It don't make
I don't
sense.
think
to some
girls in
innit?
general, but they don't think like this, bro.
They don't. They
And
got
I
a
get
different mentality.
That's another thing. The culture needs to change. So, what I really don't understand or know is who influences girls in terms of.
You see,
girls like female. So you know how there's guys that are like you can say footballers who influence the
you're
man.
forgetting
Or
these,
artists.
some of these YouTubers they listen to, you know. Some of these YouTubers they watch.
They think positive. I don't.
No. Listen, there is some negative YouTubers out there. You can come. I don't know if you heard about some beef with that Renee girl and Ivorondo and all that.
I probably heard about it, but I don't know
cool.
who these people are.
Well, they're supposed to be positive role models, yeah, to these young girls. So when young girls are looking at that, they're thinking, "Raw, this is someone that I look up to. Why can't I be like her?" And they're gonna start acting like them. Do you get coming from?
Yeah.
So, you know what? One positive role model, yeah, for female that I would say is someone like Nella Rose.
Okay.
I don't know if you heard of Nella Rose.
Yeah.
She's very positive in the sense of where she keeps herself to herself. She worked hard for what she needed to do in her life, innit? And she got it. People like Ivorondo and them lot got that. They just beef every single time. It's bare drama. So when a young girl sees that, that's what they're gonna. That's what's gonna influence them. You can come from. So if they're screaming men are trash, yeah, men are trash. You come from. That's gonna be their new phrase. So that's what influences some girls as well. YouTubers.
Boy.
And people like Cardi B as well, like, come on, man. Cardi B and Offset, what's it? Cardi B and Offset.
But you know, yeah, Cardi B and Offset. But you know what? That's them. That's us importing other people's culture. You know what I'm trying to say?
But
I feel like that's happening because there's no one here. Because I was thinking about it, so like girls don't really have like role models in this country. If you're a black young girl in year 9, like who are you looking at? That's a woman that's in her 20s or 30s that you're like, yeah, from here, that I want to be. I don't know who they'll be looking at, you know.
It's true still. I don't
know, like.
Yeah, I feel like there's lack of female role models.
So you're gonna look at like America and be like, "Run it! This was the girls are on city girls, yeah." Cardi and you know what I'm trying to say. And I'm not saying there's anything bad at those people, but we need something here that's more attainable, that's more like tangible, that you can be like. So yeah.
No, I get you with that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Like,
men are trash. 2020. I don't want to hear none of that, fam. You have to own your nonsense. If
No,
you're
it's
picking
cheap.
up trash on the street, fam,
Then
and
that's
you put it in your pocket, you don't get home and say, "How did this get here?" Do you do that?
you don't, but
You got to tell these girls, fam. Like,
I know, but they just don't want to listen. Cause like, you know, if we're saying a man's trash, yeah, that's like us saying all females are trash. But I know there's some trashy females out there. Do you get coming from? So that just causes arguments. So don't be quick to be saying men are trash. So when you're there going for a trash, who's supporting you?
let me take
Yourself,
ownership.
innit?
And I know they're gonna say, okay, some guys will show you once, because this is true.
Okay, it's true.
Some
it's
guys
true.
play that role. They're not like.
It's true. Some guys do play that role and they play it well. Not gonna lie to you, but you as a female, once you see it first time, second time, you shouldn't go back. You can come from. But sometimes there is certain girls that will go back and they'll continue. So I don't get guys that get in a relationship to cheat as well. That's another thing. What do you think of that? What do you think? What do you think of that? What do you think? What do you think of that?
So I've been saying this for so long.
I don't get it. What do you think?
I've been saying this for time. If you're a guy and you know you can't be faithful, why in a relationship, bro? Like, I don't understand. Like,
I don't know. I feel like it's.
I don't understand.
I feel like it's a waste of energy.
I don't understand. Obviously, everyone, like, I'm not saying everyone, people make mistakes, yeah. So you might slip up here and there, but if you're chronic cheating, bro, like, if you can't, like, just be single. I don't understand. I actually don't understand that.
You know what? The same mentality that me and you have, certain guys don't have that mentality. You can come from. So I don't get certain guys in it. Me personally, I'm not gonna get into a relationship with just anyone. You can come from. If I'm getting a relationship with you, I'm gonna make sure I don't cheat. I need to make sure I'm loyal. Cause me cheating is me lying to myself.
Right. You know one thing I've been thinking about as well, like, if your boy was a chronic cheater, can you trust him, like, in business? For real, fam, for real. If your boy was cheating, bare, like, and both like just cheat on his girl, or like, for example, let's say your boy's in a long-term relationship with his girl and he's just lying out of his ears, fam. He's saying he was there, but you know where he really was, yeah. Can you trust this guy, like? I'm not gonna lie, if my boy, if you were cheaters, fam, I'm gonna just. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Nah, it's a stick on store. I get your comment.
because if that's the person who you're meant to build a family with, bro, if that's the person who you're meant to, that's your life partner eventually, and you're doing that, how can I trust you with me that I'm not giving you nothing, but we're just trying to, you know what I'm trying to say?
It's true. I get where you're coming from. I totally agree. I don't know, man. For certain people, man, I don't know.
If your boy is cheating on his girl constantly, can you trust him? Like,
Not gonna lie to you, nah. Can't.
has that crossed your mind? Because I don't know if it's just me. I thought about that. Like,
No, I get you. Like, totally. I don't think I'll be able to trust him. Not gonna lie to you. That's a sticky one
kinda
still.
mad.
It's a mad one still. Like, if he's doing that, like, I don't know. I don't know. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. But boy, I'm not getting involved. That's him in it. That's his relationship.
But just going back to the dynamics and like behavioural traits like girls seem to be attracted to, because it's like you hear the same story over and over again, innit? Like you met someone, you was, I don't know, like you're attracted to those like stereotypical traits. So like the macho, kind of aggressive sometimes.
Yeah.
And I feel like this is like when you're kind of like early teens, going into your teens. Yeah. There's a particular kind of guy you're attracted to.
Yeah.
Then I feel like you get burnt, and then you mature, and then you go to uni, you start working, and then the guy's not necessarily approaching you like that, but he's approaching you a certain kind of way where you're eventually gonna get burnt, and you have to learn from that particular situation as well. But the underlying thing for me personally is you're still going for the same guy.
Yeah, 100.
You get what I mean? So
100%.
what do you say on that, fam? I know you're not a relationship expert, but what do you have to say?
For girls, I would just say take your time. You can come from, like, don't feel like you need to speak to a guy or rush into a relationship. You can come from, because I feel like nowadays in this society that we live in, I feel like females want to rush into a relationship because of what social media. Because social media you can come from. So on Twitter, for example, they see what one guy shot his shot. Him and the girls together now. Since then, she's like, oh, you know what? I want a guy. Do you come from? So don't do things for social media. Do it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, your happiness is your happiness. It's not anyone else's. You can come from. If you wanna get to know a guy, take time. You can come from. Yeah, you might have had bad experiences in the past. Men are trash. Okay, cool. We hear that. But don't have that mentality when you're talking to someone else. Yeah, you can come from. That's why I feel like a lot of girls have that mentality. You know, I understand. You might have had bad experiences in your past. I totally agree with you. But whatever happened in the past is in the past. Now it's the future. You can come from. Now it's present. So when you're in the present, try and snap out that mentality. You can come from. That's the thing with some females. They don't snap out that mentality. They still have the same mentality. Men are trash. I can't trust boys. Blah blah. Listen, you might have been talking to a guy for so long, even as a friend, but you won't know that guy could be the perfect one for you. You can come from, but you're ignoring him and you're going for the wrong guy. You can come from. So it's like. That's how I feel like a lot of females do, you know. Honestly, like, take your time, man. Take your time.
Take your time. It's true, man. It's true. I feel like there is kind of pressure. I feel like relationships are looked at a bit like accessories as well.
I think it's overrated, man. I'll be honest with you.
You get your Brazilian, you know what I'm saying? You get your heels, you get your man. You know what I'm saying?
Holidays, get me.
Holidays. So yeah, I definitely feel like that is another aspect to it. I think being in a relationship, I used to say this all the time, but I can't really talk right now. Like, I feel like you shouldn't be in one until like mid-20s, you know.
Mid-20s?
For me personally.
So it is, I feel like...
Because you need time to find yourself.
No, definitely, no, time, 100%. Especially if you've come from a previous relationship and it was kind of long, you're going to take time to get to know someone else, innit? But I feel like when you feel like the time is right within yourself, and you maybe been talking to the person for long, then think about getting into a relationship. But don't rush into a relationship for the fun of it. Cause I feel like a lot of guys, what they do nowadays as well, I feel like they rush into a relationship with females. Do you come from?
Okay, it's true. Some guys rush into relationships with girls because that's the only way they're gonna get what they want to get.
I was gonna say that as well.
You know what I'm trying to say? Because we forgot those guys.
Exactly. But the thing is, that's not good as well. All of that for what?
You know what I'm trying to say? So, man, then we need to come together and understand that the exchange rate for pumps these days is way too high. Bring it right back down. All right, relax. You don't have to risk it all for. You know what I'm trying to say? So there's that aspect to it. Then with girls, it's kind of hard because girls are kind of brought up to find this guy. You know what I mean? This perfect guy. Do you get what I mean? So I feel like they know, I need time to gather myself and I need to, but they just they're being sold this idea constantly. So it's easier said than done. You know what I mean?
No, it's true.
Because just thinking about it now, like as a guy, you're taught to go and get as much as you can. As a girl, it's like you find this one perfect guy.
And that's it, innit?
And you think it for him. What I would say though, I'm talking bare, but what I would say is, if you're a girl or you're a guy, and you reach the stage in a relationship or outside a relationship where you feel like you can't do without one, that's when you shouldn't be in a relationship. Do you get what I'm trying to say? If that's running how you your thoughts, like if it has such a influence on you, I feel like that's when it's unhealthy.
No, it's true. Don't force yourself to be in a relationship, or like if you feel like you're in an unhealthy relationship and you can't do it no more, then just go. There's no point in forcing things. It's not worth it. it's not worth it. Trust me.
What's been your experience though? Because we've already talked about personal experience.
Relationship, well, I don't know, like, just, what can I say?
What can
I say? Like, it just wasn't the best in it, relationship in it type of thing.
Were you that guy?
No. One thing about me is I'm actually a loyal guy. Didn't come from it. If once I'm in a relationship, I'm loyal, innit? I just feel like it wasn't working. So what I've learned from it is like you can't force yourself to be in a relationship type of thing you come from. And it took me a while it took me a while to find myself. You coming from, and since then I feel like my life's a lot more at peace. You coming from. So before I get into another relationship, I need to make sure I know where I want to be in my life. You come from. So, you know, what about you?
Me, fam. My journey's crazy, fam. I was that guy growing up in school. If you had a girl, I was like, what's wrong with you? I didn't understand it. Like, I actually didn't understand. I remember being in college thinking, who would enter a relationship at this point in your life? Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
2 months later, that's me, fam. 2 months later, it's me. Do you get what I'm saying? So I do understand how you can end up in a relationship.
Sometimes it happens quick, innit?
Especially if you think you're in love and all of that, but because men don't want to talk about the fact that they think some men are in love out here.
No, listen, there's a lot of men out. There's a lot of men out there that are in love, but they don't want to express their emotions, car. They don't want people to judge them, be like, you're a waste, man, you can come from. But listen, there's a lot of man that's lost in the sauce.
Fam.
You can come from. There's a lot of man lost in the sauce.
You know what? As much as there's all these girls out here being heartbroken, there's bare guys that are heartbroken.
Yeah.
There's no community. You can't go to your boy and just start crying.
Yeah, because when boys turn around and start laughing, be like, you're a waste, man, you can come from. There's hella men out there that emotionally, they've been abused. You can come from by their girls or whatnot. But they're not gonna go to their man.
It's true. We're not helping because we're bare laughing as well.
But it's just, that topic is a bit touchy. It's a touchy topic. You know, for it's touchy because there's certain man. There's guys out there that need help in it emotionally with that you can come from. So don't be upset. Like it's alright. Talk to your guys.
You know, I guess that goes back to the culture needs to change. It needs to be okay for you to go to your boy and be like, bro, I'm heartbroken. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, we're laughing now, but imagine your boy called you right now and it was like, bro, he's shed it, he can't even speak.
You know, obviously that's my straight face.
and he's no, it's true.
No, then I'm gonna stop laughing and be like, you know, bro, it's alright. Like, get me.
So I don't even think we're equipped to even help our boys if they're heartbroken. I don't think we even know what to say.
Nah, I would help him, man, but it's not funny, but it's like, it's serious. You can come from. It's not only girls. There's guys out there that are heartbroken as well, that are trying to get me. They're trying to come back.
So yeah, man. So like, I don't know. The stage I'm at now, like I'm with someone, but again, it goes back to you have to be in it for the right reasons. They thought I was gonna say something mad.
The way you dropped it, I was thinking.
I'm with someone, but for me, it's not like I don't feel like I'm there because like there's any pressure to be there. If that makes sense. So
okay.
I'm not in it because I feel like I have to be with someone and I won't be able to.
Oh yeah.
I'm not in it because like I want something from her. So you know what I'm trying to say. I'm in it for like I feel like it's the right reasons. Everything
that's understandable. If you don't know if it's the right reasons and you feel like you are ready, then that's perfectly fine. You can come.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Let's not rush into relationships for the fun of it, man.
And I think the good thing for me is I'm around people who have relationships that it's been healthy.
See, that's
so my
good.
Parents, my older siblings, my friends. So I have like a balanced perspective.
That's
that
good.
makes sense.
That's good.
So the more people around that you know, young people can look up to and see that, I think the better it's gonna get eventually. It takes time.
No, it's true. It does take time, but everything will work out.
Okay, so let's round up because it's cold outside, man. It's cold. Let's round up. So we've spoken about what's wrong with the Mandem. I think we touched on knife crime. We touched on the fact that the culture needs to change. We need to have more positive role models. Yeah. We've spoken on relationships.
Men are trash.
Men are trash, but some girls need recycling.
Word.
We spoke about inspire youth.
Yeah.
I think we touched on a lot of different things. Just going forward, you want to just tell us what? I know we talked about it a little bit before, but going forward, like what is your main thing right now? Just to wrap up, yeah.
Like what I'm doing right now, or
what you're doing right now, yeah. Like
currently a university student, studying social and community work. I want to become a youth worker. Inspire Youth is under construction. I work right now as well. Okay. That's literally what I do right now. Literally.
Okay. All right. Well, it was nice having you, Joel. Thank you very much. By the way, I rate the fact that you reached out to us as well because.
No, listen, I have to support because what the platform you guys have is really good. You can come from, and we need more platforms like that where men, not only, I'm not being sexist, but where men can come and actually speak as well about their problems. You can come from and talk about society. So it's a good platform like what you guys are doing. So it caught my eyes. So it's really good, man. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, man.
Thank you, bro.
Right, sorry, man.
Appreciate it.